Hi, I'm Will,
And I'm Divya.
and we're the co-founders of Effectiveness for Geeks.
We just launched a new product about how to create a great first impression. We wanted to take a little time to go into a little more depth about one of the reasons that people care about creating a great first impression.
And that reason is to have sex.
To be more physically attractive. I mean, whether it's been a while since you've had sex, or maybe you've never had sex, one thing I know for sure is that the way you're thinking about sex affects how attractive you are quite a bit.
Oh, absolutely. Everything that's going on in your head is literally changing the way that you hold yourself, the way that you speak, the situations that you put yourself in. All of these things are huge factors in the overall way that you come across to other people.
So today we're going to tell you the top 3 beliefs that if you have these and you internalize them will get you much more sex in your life.
You will just automatically adopt the behaviors that will allow you to have more opportunities. So without further ado, let's get started. The number one belief that you need to have is attraction is not mysterious.
Yeah, I know I used to have this one. I used to think of it like, remember being a teenager and thinking there's just something wrong with me. And for some reason, nobody will ever be attracted to me. I wasn't quite sure what it was. I knew I had friends. I could tell that I didn't have visible deformities, but there was just something about me.
And it's true that you probably were perceiving that other people were not attracted to you when you looked that way, when you acted that way.
It's true. I mean, the thing that was wrong about what I was believing wasn't my perception that other people were not attracted to me. It was this that I was thinking of it as this vague thing. It's not actually vague.
It's not vague at all.
No, in my case, I think what it had to do with was I was not comfortable with the idea of myself as a sexual being, and so I projected that in a number of ways that were very specific. I would wear clothes that hid how I looked, and my body language was closed off. And as far as I remember, I even avoided talking to people that I was at all attracted to or who seemed like they might be attracted to me.
Yeah, because God forbid that you actually wind up having sex.
Right. And so this vague feeling that something was wrong with me, now looking back, I see, no, it was a number of specific behaviors on my part.
And this really highlights the most important point is that all of this operates according to known laws.
Yeah.
None of this is magic. Unfortunately, magic is not real. But fortunately, that also means that you can understand how this system works, and you can begin to change the way that you behave, and you will see very real differences in the way that other people treat you.
It's true. If I had stopped and asked myself, okay, so what exactly do you think it is that is preventing other people from being attracted to you, I would have gotten a lot further than if I'd just stopped at, there's something wrong with me.
The most important thing to remember about this particular belief is that you can learn what those laws are, and then you can optimize over them.
That's right.
So this leads into our second most important critical belief that you need to have, and that is that
attractiveness is not fixed.
No, it's not remotely fixed at all. For me, in my experience, I basically would think about, well, what is it that makes someone else attractive? And you know what? It turned out it was always something that I didn't think that I had. That person was attractive because they were tall, and I was never going to be any taller than I was born. I thought maybe it was because that other person had money, and, maybe someday I could earn a lot more money, but I didn't have money now, and I wasn't going to have money in the near future. Maybe it was because of the bone structure of that other guy's face.
Yeah, that's a pretty hard one to change.
Yeah, that one's tough. That one's really tough.
But the truth is that attraction is actually the sum of a whole bunch of different stuff, and most of these things are under your control.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Something like whether you have good posture or not is absolutely in your control. It's a function of how you spend your time and which muscles are strong and which ones are weak and which areas of your body are tense and which ones aren't. And that's something you can change with stretches and weightlifting.
Also, your clothes are hugely important. That may be the very first thing people notice about you, and that you can change within a day.
Oh, absolutely.
It's easy to understand that clothing is not a fixed part of you.
Yeah. The most important thing here is that things like your physical features, even if you don't really think they can be changed, those same physical features can be hidden or accentuated by lots of different things.
Mm-hmm.
Something like the structure of your face is going to come across very differently depending upon what your hairstyle is. Or
Whether
if you have
a beard.
Exactly.
Or different parts of your body. I mean, there are whole books and books written about, if you wear this type of shirt, then it'll make your neck look longer, and this one will make your breasts look bigger, and just any number of things.
And similarly with height, you can wear cowboy shoes.
Yeah, for a woman, you can wear heels.
Yep. But what's even more encouraging here is that it isn't just the physical features, but a lot of these things have to do with what you believe about yourself and how that impacts your behavior and the way that you interact with other people. If you change the beliefs you have about whether you're, say, high or low status, will have a very real impact on how you hold yourself.
Yeah, some of these things are not even subtle. As I said, when I was thinking of myself as being so unattractive, one of the main things I would do would be avoid people that I was interested in, which is hugely limiting, obviously. But I wasn't quite aware of what I was doing, and so sometimes there's really low-hanging fruit in how you're behaving.
You won't have sex with the people you want unless you are in the same room as the people that you want.
And of course there's a lot more to it than that, and we have a lot of things to say on that subject, but
it is a necessary prerequisite.
Yes. All right, let's get to the last one.
Right. So the third critical belief that you need to have if you want to have more sex is women want to have sex too.
Yeah, they probably want more of it than they're having.
Absolutely. So the reason that women are more selective than men is not because they aren't horny. It isn't because they don't want sex or they don't like sex or something like that. The fact of the matter is, women bear most of the costs of having sex, namely they become pregnant. They have to carry a child, and that child will consume a lot of the resources of their body and how they feed themselves for 9 months. Major cost. And because of this, women need to be very selective.
Yeah, so it isn't that they don't want to have sex. They do. It's just that they want to have sex with the right person.
Exactly. And if you're going to send the right signals, if you are going to demonstrate to that woman that you in fact are the person that they want to mate with, they want to have sex with you.
Mm-hmm. If you may never have hung out with a bunch of women when there are no guys around, but you might be surprised just how much time they spend strategizing about how to get the right partner and how to have sex with those people. I know because I've been in those conversations. They're extremely common.
You would know.
And this is something you might just have to start by taking it on faith and trusting us and thinking about what we say and that it makes sense. Eventually, you will, of course, prove it to yourself. But believe us, women do want to be having more sex than they're having.
Really, if that isn't enough, just think of it this way. Sex is pleasurable and connective. Sex serves a vital function. Not just something that feels incredibly good, which in and of itself is reason enough to be having it. But also, sex and physical contact more generally builds connection with other human beings. And that's something that even the most skeptical of you can't doubt that women want.
It's extremely intimate.
Yeah.
It's a way of really opening yourself up to another person, and it's also fun and it feels good, like Will said.
Yeah. There are lots and lots of good reasons to have sex, and women have those reasons just as much as men do.
Yeah, so another way that you can think of this is that your future partners are out there and they're waiting for you to become your most attractive self. They
Yes.
want that. They want to be having sex with you. They aren't going to do it because of the way they're built unless you show them that you're the right person. And the way you do that is by becoming more attractive.
Yeah. Really, ultimately, thinking these things and putting yourself into the state where you step into that future version of yourself, that is ultimately doing both of you a favor. These women want to be having sex with the right person. That makes them feel good. They want to be around those people. They want to have those opportunities. And you also want to have that. And so when you step into these three critical beliefs, you will begin automatically acting to create those opportunities for both you and the women that you want. And that's making both of you much better off.
Your future partners want you to learn this stuff.
They're waiting.
So please think about the things we said in this video. Just to recap, attraction is not mysterious. Attractiveness is not fixed, and women want more sex too. If you can learn this, you will do better, and that is what your future partners want you to be doing. As you're thinking about this, if you see how your beliefs are affecting the results you're getting in your life as far as sex, leave us a comment and let us know what you're thinking. We'd love to hear from you.
Until next time, I'm Will.
And I'm Divya.
And we're from Effectiveness for Geeks.